All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. If you want to be inoculated from the BS that's happening out there in the music world, you need to check out Eric Clapton's newest song. Holy crap, Batman. This is vintage Clapton. It will remind you of his work from the 1990s. It's fairly amazing how well Eric Clapton has held up vocally. His new song is called This Has Gotta Stop. And if you've been following the Eric Clapton Van Morrison rebellion, which I have, because these guys, they're heroes as far as I'm concerned. You know, as much as I talk negative stuff like Dee Snider, Sebastian Bach, and whoever else, Eric Clapton, who had an adverse event happen to him. You're not supposed to talk about adverse events. You're supposed to kind of like put that under the rug and pretend it didn't happen. Or you call Eric Clapton names. You bring up stuff that happened in the 1970s that Clapton said at one point and, of course, apologized for. I learned that recently, thanks to Ben, who's a patron here on the channel. I was wondering, did Clapton ever apologize for this stuff that is being brought up like 50 years later? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And he's hanging out with Nathan East, right? In fact, Nathan East plays bass on this new song. So apparently Clapton can get along with people who have a different melanin content than he has. And we've known this for decades, but yet certain rock media outlets are going to highlight when Eric Clapton went off the rails at one point. Okay, well, people change, right? And people repent of things that they say, and Clapton did that. Now, the song itself is a masterpiece. It sounds like vintage Eric Clapton. If we had a classic rock format, and that classic rock format wasn't beholden to the prevailing narrative out there, this song would go into heavy rotation. It is that good. Clapton lays down a great vocal. He also does a tasty guitar solo in there. It's vintage Eric Clapton. Again, the track is called This Has Gotta Stop. There are some very straightforward lines in the song. Clapton basically says he's tired of all the BS. That's what he says in the song. And that's refreshing because nobody seems to be tired of all the BS except for Eric Clapton and Van Morrison. So good on Clapton. 200,000+ views on YouTube and climbing rapidly. Eric Clapton, in my estimation, not only is he a great guitar player, but he's brave because apparently you're not supposed to do this stuff. You're not supposed to say this stuff. You can keep it to yourself. By the way, in the UK today, they're having actual rebellion in the streets in the UK. So I don't know if Eric will be there. He probably shouldn't go out there. But the point being is that there are some places in this world that still believe in freedom and are still trying to fight tyranny. I'm waiting for that to happen here in the United States. But, you know, other than, you know, school board meetings, it's not what's happening in France and in the UK and other places. Australia, too. Go Australia, at least fighting this tyranny, because as Eric Clapton says in the song, it's got to stop. All right, just wanted to point people to the new Eric Clapton song. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.